Amp Media Production presents Gypsy Soul, your one-stop shop for letting out your inner gypsy. Join Denise Marsh as she brings on a variety of guests to share their artistic vision with the world.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Gypsy Soul. I'm your host Denise Marsh and I am so happy to be with you guys today on this thriving Thursday. So on Tuesday I actually celebrated I call it Cancerversary, 9 years cancer free. So I am so happy to be alive. And I get very emotional when I talk about it, but you know, I can be emotional. I say I've earned that right. I can wear that badge, right? And basically, it's changed the way I think about everything. I mean, had I not gone through that experience, I probably wouldn't be doing this podcast or taking the other risks that I've taken in my life. And, you know, life is about taking risks because if you stay in the same place all the time, you never move anywhere. It's true. It's absolutely the truth. So I try to take chances in life, and I wrote a book about my journey with cancer, and it's called Quiet as a Fire, Silent as a Flame, My So-Called Relationship with Cancer. And it's been out since 2019. It's on Amazon. It's very raw. It's the real deal. And if you know someone that has cancer or went through cancer or you're going through cancer, it's something that you might want to read because it's very cathartic. It's not, you know, making everything look wonderful. It's telling you the truth. It's you know, telling you the experiences I went through, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and you know, coming through them. And it's a pretty powerful book. You might want to get it. So, being that I'm talking about the book, I'm going to read a special poem to you. And I actually wrote it for David Greshel's, for his poetry challenge. David Greshel has Neon Sunrise, a publishing company. He's an amazing poet. He was on my show before. And he challenged me. I was one of the people he challenged to write a poem each day for the month of April. And one of the poems I wrote was called Now and Next. And it's all about transforming your experiences to bring out love, creativity, and movement and going forward. And it really serves as a sequel to my book. I never thought about it, but when I looked at my book last night, it served as a sequel. And I'd like to read you the poem I have from it, which is actually in my phone. So hang on one little second. It's called Now and Next. Initially, the fire was quiet. It burnt slowly, methodically, embers softly floating in the air. But fire does not stay quiet, and passion cannot be contained. Your fire, your passion will not quit until it is channeled. Don't put out the fire. Use it for warmth, creativity, love, and all that drives you to move now and next. I really like this poem. I think it speaks to a lot of people taking chances, you know, living in the now but planning for the next thing. And while we're on that subject, it's the perfect connection to today's amazing and inspirational guest who connects so perfectly with my poem. She's endured great adversity as well as triumph. And in her autobiography, she tells us all about it. It's called Survival of a Haitian Girl. She's proved by example that there are no coincidences and that divine intervention is a real thing. When we return from a short commercial break, you'll get to meet my friend and the very talented author. Her name is Marjorie Caillot. Stay tuned. It's going to be a great show. See you in a little bit.
Hey there, have you heard of the new show Gypsy Soul? It's hosted by the one and only Denise Marsh. Listen in as she helps you release your inner gypsy with the best in South Florida, with plenty of special guests, with their own talents to inspire your inner gypsy. Tune in every other Thursday on your preferred streaming platform.
Welcome to the AMP Media Futures Foundation. We amplify students by connecting them with industry partners to develop essential career skills. Please help support the interns of AMP Media Futures Foundation through a one-time or a monthly donation. You help us by providing them a hands-on opportunity in production, business, and communication. Your generous donation can help provide funds for equipment software and mentorship programs. Show your support by a message of your choice. You can donate by card, PayPal, or ACH services. Check out AMP Media Futures Foundation at ampfutures.org and help them power through the media industry.
And we're back. Thanks for sticking around for an amazing show. Hi, Marjorie.
Hi, Denise.
So good to see you here.
Nice to see you too.
We've been planning this for a while, and we've been to a few book events together, and we have good times. We laugh, we network, and we happen to be in a lot of the same places, and we're meeting the same people, and we're happy for it, right?
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome.
I'm very grateful.
You're a wonderful person to have in my life. You've inspired me in ways you don't even know or understand. So I cannot wait to share you with the other Gypsy Souls out there. I feel like your autobiography really gets the reader immersed in your world and your feelings. And this is Marjorie's book. Show it again. This is our beautiful new cover, Survival of a Haitian Girl. And this is her. This is you in the picture. I love the hat, by the way.
Thank you.
And so the print is nice and big. I'm showing the book off a little bit. It is on Amazon. And when you read this book, you have to savor it. You can't just read it and be done with it. And if you notice, I took notes, the teacher in me, and I have can't talk today, bookmarks in there, and I highlighted things because there was some really powerful stuff in here.
I'm glad you enjoyed the book.
I enjoyed it so much. So what's your primary reason for writing this book? More of a time capsule, or did you write it for yourself?
I think it's a little bit of both.
Both, yeah.
Yeah, because when I write the book, I wanted to take the readers into the world that I was living so they can feel what I was feeling at that time.
You accomplished that for sure.
Yes, and it was also very personal.
Yes.
Because the book is like a snapshot of my journey.
Yes.
So I was trying to conserve all the emotions and feelings because of those feelings and emotion and events that shaped me to become the person that I am today.
And I like that you didn't hold back. I mean, you bared all.
Yes.
You were very vulnerable in your book. That's hard for some people to be, but I think that's what brought out the emotion. I cried a little bit when I read some parts of the book. And it helps me understand you better as a person, and I think it helps us understand the Haitian culture better.
Yeah.
And that's so important. And you did talk about that in your book, that, people have two views of the Haitian culture. Remember, you said either people that just got off the boat or people that, went through the destruction, but nothing else. There's nothing in between. So people need to know more. They need to be enlightened.
Yeah,
and you did a good job at that.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
very
you.
welcome. So I learned so much about Haitian culture from your book. And there was a passage in the book, I would have to find where it is, but I'll paraphrase it, about how your mother, was very poor and how she sacrificed everything to make sure you and your brothers ate. That was the part that was very emotional for me. I cried through that a little bit because I thought of how when my son was younger, how I worked all these jobs and I wanted to make sure, we had enough food, he had the things that he needed. So, that hits us all in the heart, So you said I remember you said how she fed you, I hope I'm saying correctly, when you were sleeping so you wouldn't be hungry.
Yeah.
And I felt that the village taking care of each other, the tight family ties in Haitian culture, it's just reading about that's an amazing way to grow up, even with all of the trials and tribulations. So do you think that your life would be the same had you not endured all of that struggle and poverty?
I don't think my life will be the same because I got to experience or been through so many challenges. I'm very grateful. I don't take life lightly or for granted. So the fact that back in the day I used to starve or not having anything to eat, I get to appreciate now a good meal, and I get to
savor it. Yeah.
I get to understand other people that are struggling because they can't have a nice meal like I do. So
Do you ever think about it like when I remember we went to that little fair in Wellington and I watched you eat a little bit and you like were really enjoying the food. Do you get flashbacks of like when you were?
because
Really?
it's been
It's
a
been a
long
while.
time, but
Yeah.
not really. But I get to appreciate those moments now
Yes.
because, like I said, now I can appreciate life better.
Yes,
I
and
can
you
to
do.
appreciate what I have
Like
and share
Marjorie-
too. with
Yes,
people who
and
don't
Marjorie
have.
appreciates everything. I remember we were talking, and you said to me, you know, whatever you're going to, just invite me. I'll say yes.
Exactly.
She said, I'll say yes. I'll never say no to you. And that's a great way to be. It's
I
not
try to
bad.
enjoy
Kinda like-
myself as
you
much
have
as I
to.
can.
Yeah, and all the things that you've been through, you realize that life is so short and so precious. So, what was the most challenging or rewarding aspects of having your book published?
Having my book published, I have a lot of rewards because I get to meet you, by the way, because I wrote my book and I met
feel the same.
I met you in an event at the library, and I get to present my book to other people.
And you
But-
just did.
Yeah.
In fact, you were just you did a virtual presentation. Where was the virtual presentation again?
It was with the high schoolers in North Carolina,
Yes.
Chase High School.
This-
So I did that last week, and apparently the kids really enjoyed the
What an
presentation.
honor! What an honor!
So I'm grateful.
Yes.
Yes.
I loved hearing about that, and so you continue to touch people's lives with your book,
I'm trying.
and so. In the book, there's a beautiful dedication to your daughter Stella, who was just visiting and going back, on her trip. But like you said, you spent a lot more money on her than she spent on you. I was laughing about that.
I don't think she'll be happy to hear that I'm saying that, but yeah.
But you have such great love and passion for your daughter. I hope she's listening now and she knows like how you made so many sacrifices for her and how you wanted her to have a good life and to be happy. And you talked about that a lot in your book. Has she read the book yet?
She did, and she even put a review on Amazon.
She did?
And I'm so proud of her because, as a single mom, we've been through a lot, but almost 2 years ago, she graduated from University of Florida as a major in history and French. And she just came from France because she was teaching there, English as a secondary language to the native French there. So I'm
She's
so
a chef
grateful.
too,
and
right? She does a lot.
She's trying to get, to become a chef.
Yeah.
So her plan is to go to culinary school at some time next year so she can, be better at what she does.
Well, that is your Mother's Day present, looking back and seeing all of her accomplishments. Because in the book, you talked about, how you wanted to have, a job to make more money and how, she wanted a better room. Like the things, I have a teenager, the things that they think about, the things that we think
You
about.
really read the book.
But I really read the
Yeah.
book. I enjoyed it. I savored it. I
Yes,
really did. It
I'm
took
glad
me a
you
while to
did.
finish it. But, you talked about how you were so proud of her learning languages and how she had such an aptitude and a passion and how she was different than other kids, at her age. Like she had more of an aptitude to learn things and want to learn things. And not that she didn't want to have fun, but she was in her own, she was
World.
immersed in her own little world and her
Yeah.
own work. And
Imagine-
it helped her.
Imagine a 14-year-old listening to classical music.
Yes,
Mozart.
I love that part
Yeah.
so much. My son was like that too. Daniel was like that. He loved classical music since he was a baby. He still remembers listening to it. And I think that those people shape our culture, the people that come from that kind of upbringing. But, I think it was your tenacity. I think it was your passion, your love for your daughter that pushed her to do all those things.
Yes, but I cannot take credit all for it because, it takes a village to
Yes.
raise a child.
And you talked about
I'm
that in your
grateful
book.
because I had people, help me a lot.
Yes,
My
like when you went
friends
back to
helped.
school.
Yes.
They helped you when you're working all day. You'd come back. They brought Stella to different houses and they took her to events. So you did. You had another family.
Yep, I
yes,
did.
that is true. Like it takes a village. You witnessed that.
Yep,
That village.
I did.
Do you keep in touch with all those people?
Most of them I do.
You do?
Yeah, most
Okay.
of them I do.
They must be so proud of you.
Some of them, huh?
Some,
You
some
know,
of them might be. Yeah,
yeah.
I can understand that. Yeah. And have anyone else in your family read your book? Like Jean? Has he read?
My brother, he lives in California.
Yes.
He read the book. He read the book.
Yeah.
and some other family members, they read the book too.
Yeah.
I wish I could tell you that all the feedback was positive.
Oh, okay.
But
Well,
unfortunately,
that's
it's
natural.
not the case.
Yeah, well, because you had to tell it like it was, right? Or
I mean, I couldn't write a memoir if I have to skip the environment and the context that I was born into. I mean, this is my true experience. And after I wrote the book, you know, some
It
family
is more
were
of a memoir,
very,
isn't it? I was saying autobiography, but because I was actually looking up the difference between a memoir and autobiography, and the memoir is a snapshot of time, and autobiography is someone telling their story. I think it goes into both. It definitely hits both, and I could understand how that would happen. But it's your story, and you stand by it, and I love that about you.
I mean, this is my story,
Yes.
my experience, you know.
And-
Some family react to silence, other react to criticism, or they just stop talking to me. But it's okay. It is
But
what
I
it
think
is.
that's a gift for yourself.
Yeah.
Literally, that you got to share it, because some of the things in the book, some of the experience that you had went through are, you know, very, very challenging times.
Yeah.
And you got through them.
It wasn't easy.
No,
But
you
I'm
know,
here
I
to
was
tell you
rooting
my
for you in the
story.
book.
Yeah.
I was reading and rooting, saying, "Oh, what is she going to do next?" Like it was like watching a movie.
Yeah.
It really was. It was an amazing book. You have to read this book, and you came through all of it. So I think you earned all of this.
Thank
you
you.
earned the right to have people read it and to tell your story and to be, you know, vulnerable.
Yeah.
And are there any plans to work on a second book?
Yes, yes. I'm currently working on my little project. Is another book, nonfiction book. I mean, if all goes as planned, it should be released by the end of this year or early next year.
And it's not a memoir. I know you.
It's not a
when I asked, you
memoir.
don't want to give me too much, which is that's what authors do. We keep it hush
I mean, I
hush for a little
can
bit.
give you a hint. You know, life is short.
Yeah, give us a hint. A little
Life is short.
Yes,
That's
it
what
sure
I'm
is.
writing about.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, it's going to be a good book.
Yeah.
Like inspirational,
Exactly.
self-care, wellness.
Yes.
That's what we want.
Everything included.
Yes. And teaching you to embrace your gypsy soul.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. All that good stuff.
Yeah,
So
and do
we
you.
have that to look forward to. And what kind of style do you think you'll write it in? Do you think it'll be like you telling it, like autobiographical, or? do you
No,
think-
it's gonna be like short stories,
Okay, yeah. About
but
your
all
experience.
in one. You know, different experiences, maybe from my career or church or people that I encountered. So,
Yes. So I think we're going to take a little commercial break because we're both talking so much my mouth is getting dry. And then when we come back, we'll hear more from Marjorie. See you in a few minutes.
Hey there, have you heard of the new show Gypsy Soul? It's hosted by the one and only Denise Marsh. Listen in as she helps you release your inner gypsy with the best in South Florida, with plenty of special guests, with their own talents to inspire your inner gypsy. Tune in every other Thursday on your preferred streaming platform.
Welcome to the AMP Media Futures Foundation. We amplify students by connecting them with industry partners to develop essential career skills. Please help support the interns of AMP Media Futures Foundation through a one-time or a monthly donation. You help us by providing them a hands-on opportunity in production, business, and communication. Your generous donation can help provide funds for equipment software and mentorship programs. Show your support by a message of your choice. You can donate by card, PayPal, or ACH services. Check out AMP Media Futures Foundation at ampfutures.org and help them power through the media industry.
We're back, and thank you for letting me have my water. I'm in a good mood today. So we're back with Marjorie. And Marjorie, I forgot to ask you something I wanted to ask you earlier about Stella, about your daughter. Do you think that the book strengthened your relationship with her after she read the book? Do you feel like it made her appreciate you more, especially for Mother's Day coming up?
I think so, but Stella, she's always been very appreciative.
Yes.
And sometimes Stella will be in college and she will call me. I remember 2 occurrences. She called me, she said, "Mommy, give yourself a pat on the back."
Oh, you
because
make me
this is,
cry.
and she will tell me a story, what happened, and she will tell me, "You make me become the person who I am today, and I'm grateful for that.
Isn't
You should
that
be proud.
beautiful? That's
Yeah.
beautiful. There's nothing like that.
And after she read the book, I think she understand my story a little bit
Yeah.
because I never tell her what happened. I just leave it. And she
Like
never.
she was very young
Yeah,
when
she
a lot
never
of things
asked me
happened.
any question, and I never told her. But she find out everything in the book.
Did she ask you questions about things from the book
No,
after she read
no,
it?
not really.
She didn't. She got enough information.
Yeah, I think so. Everything was there for her.
She's very proud of you.
Yeah, she is.
And she has reasons to be
She
proud
never
of
stopped
you.
saying that, yeah.
See? And that I think, with my son too, I think when your child says that they're proud of you, I think that's the best gift that you could ever hear, right?
Yep.
That's a testament to you being a good parent.
Yep.
And that's just a wonderful feeling.
Like
I
we
can't
did,
even
we did our
describe it.
job.
We did our job,
Yeah.
right. And now we can let them go like butterflies,
Exactly.
right? And they'll come back when they need to. So where can we buy your books?
My book is currently on Amazon. So I have a translation. The French version is available. And I just add the audio version. So, sometimes people don't take time to go to the, actual book, but they can listen to it while they're driving.
So it is, okay, so it's
on
audible.
audio.
That's awesome, okay.
So it's on Amazon, and we have the paperback, hardcover, and then also in Kindle. So.
Oh, so there's a lot of different ways.
And
to-
also I make some changes. I reduce the price too. Because I translated it in French, I wanted people from my country to be able to read it. So I reduce
I'd love
the
to
price
ask you
so they
more
can-
about the
they-
translation thing.
They
That's
can
interesting.
afford it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's very affordable.
So I was going to say the bookstores there would have it. Would it be in a bookstore there in Haiti, or would it be like a different?
Not yet. We're working
yet,
toward that.
Yeah, I love
It's
that.
not easy now the way that the
I
country
have a friend
is.
I definitely have to introduce you to. I'm going to give him a little shout out, James Toussaint, who has the New Haiti organization.
Oh, yeah.
And I think you get along with him great. Not just because you're both from Haiti, but like personality-wise
Yeah.
and strength-wise. And I could see that being a great friendship. So we'll have to talk about that another time. So this isn't on here, and I know, sometimes that's different for someone just throwing a question at you, but you're doing such a great job with this interview. Like what advice would you give someone who has a powerful story to tell, but they're kind of like, they're afraid to tell everyone about it. Maybe they're afraid, to share that. What will people think? Will they read it? Should I do it? Should I not do it? They're kind of on and off the fence about it. What advice would you give them?
I will say if it's your story, why not sharing it? Because like I told you, I have different feedback from, writing my book. Some people said, oh, you share a lot. And I'm
so
like,
when they said a lot, there was like a negative.
Yeah, I'm
conversation,
like, some
you overshared.
superstar, they don't mind sharing their story, who I am, It's true. I'm not inventing anything. What I put in the book, that was, my truth.
But think about the people that said that a lot. Those are probably people that they didn't get a good mark in the book. There's a reason.
So
that,
if I'm trying to let people know you have, they have the capacity of doing whatever they can do.
Yes.
Especially here.
Yes.
So don't be afraid. Sometimes, language barrier is something that holding people back, and they think, oh, I don't speak enough English, Don't let any barrier,
Because you can get through that with a book.
Yeah, I know. Those are
Yeah.
self-limited beliefs.
Yes,
So
yes, I
I
agree.
believe that people can do whatever they put their mind through. So I will advise them to share their story. They can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. That's
See?
what I think.
They
can do even better,
See, coming straight from Marjorie.
Yeah, yeah.
I just, I'm in awe of you. I'm really in awe of you. The book just made me appreciate the Haitian culture more. And, as a teacher, I've had kids in my class from Haiti before. And one of the things in the book talks about the education. And it's interesting because I've had kids in my class that they weren't out of school before. And I didn't know everything about reading and how some kids go to school and some kids don't. And I learned so much.
And the
I feel like I
government
had a
doesn't-
history lesson.
Yeah,
with
the
your book.
government doesn't help,
Right.
for them to go.
But there's so much information in here. And I know
is.
you said to me, oh, my next book will be shorter. Don't make it shorter. keep it the length that it is, because there's so many stories in this one story that people need to hear.
Yeah.
And have such respect for you after they've read it. I'm so happy that I read this book.
Thank
And I'm
you.
so happy that, that you had the courage to share your story.
Thank you.
And I wanted to thank you for being on the show. I
Thank
we're
you
gonna
for
see
having me.
so much
Thank
of
you
each
for
other because
having
we're
me.
always at the same book
Yes,
events.
yes. Thank you for
And,
having me. I
you're
really
very welcome.
appreciate you, and I'm very grateful.
But and when you write, because you will write and you will publish your second book. Maybe you'll come on and you'll read some of it. or
Okay,
share some.
all
But you know
right.
what I wanted? We have a tiny bit of time. Could you read a tiny bit of your book?
Let's see. What
How about
part?
this? How about you pick?
I can do the back. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you? Yes.
From a very young age, Marjorie Caillot had to figure out life on her own. Her tenacity in the face of obstacle is inspiring. Her story shed light on the Haitian experience and that of being an immigrant. Marjorie Caillot, a woman with many passions and aspirations. The story of her life is one of resilience, determination, and a deep love for the healing arts as well as for the world around her. And this is the book.
And you need to get it on Amazon.
Amazon, check it out.
Check it out. It's something definitely to check out and to savor. And Marjorie will be back. But I wanted to thank all of you for spending. I was so tired. I wrote spending this Monday. It's not Monday. It's Thursday. That's what kind of week I've had. So spending this Thursday with me and all of your beautiful Gypsy Souls. I continue to be grateful for your likes, follows, comments on the show, and continued support, because without you, there wouldn't be a me, there wouldn't be a podcast. I love you all, and I mean that. So remember to make time to embrace your Gypsy Soul, take risks, as Marjorie did, and find simple joys in everyday experiences. I will see you guys again on May 22nd for another great episode of Gypsy Soul. I hope you all have a lovely Mother's Day, not just for the mothers, but for all of you celebrating special women in your lives, women who have mothered you, sisters, cousins. I think today was, well, on the subject, Nurses Day, National Nurses Day.
It's a Nurses Week.
Yeah, I learned that. So the nurses in your life, any woman that's had, women authors, had an effect in your life, a positive effect in your life. And we need to be good to each other, and we need to just find good things in the simplicity of life. So I love you all. This is from my Gypsy Soul to yours. Big hug. I added that. And I will see you again in 2 weeks. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great night. Have a good Thursday. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you for tuning in to Gypsy Soul. Make sure to stop by next time for another enlightening show. A show that was produced by Ant Media Productions and hosted by Denise Marsh.